Tribute to the Group CEO of Access Bank, Dr. Herbert Wigwe, who died in a helicopter crash in the United States alongside his wife, Doreen Wigwe, his son, Chizi Wigwe, and Abimbola Ogunbanjo, the former group chairman of the Nigerian Exchange Group PLC. Wigwe and his family were headed to Las Vegas to watch the Super Bowl when the helicopter crashed near a border city between Nevada and California on Friday, February 9th, around 10 p.m. Access Holdings confirmed the death of Wigwe in a statement on Sunday, describing him as a key driving force and a larger-than-life personality who brought his remarkable passion, energy, and experience to the transformation of the Access franchise since joining the bank in 2002. I had the pleasure of interviewing Herbert Wigwe in July 2019, and he gave an insight to his values, personal style, and his most treasured possessions. Hello, Herbert.
Yes, Oji, please come in.
Thank you for having us today.
Thank you.
Oh my God, I could be fooled that we're in a gallery.
Well, we enjoy collecting. And so this represents some of the pieces that we have. So, yes.
I can see you're such a huge art lover. What is your favorite piece in this room?
I think each piece means something to me. I like all of them for different reasons. You know, there are several that inspire me, but I think I kind of like each and every one of them for a different reason.
What is your must-have artwork?
My must-have artwork? Different, difficult to say, but I think I have a lot of Ben Enwonwu's, you know, because he did great pieces.
Trick question. You just said Ben Enwonwu, so I'll ask you: the Mona Lisa or Ben Enwonwu's tutu?
If you're African, it's Africa's Mona Lisa, and tutu is truly beautiful. It's a beautiful piece, beautiful, and a lot of history behind it, by the way.
Can we take a walk towards your gallery/office? Because I see, walking in here, I saw so many art pieces that you have. But before we do that, what gives you joy?
What gives me joy? Watching my people be the best that they can be.
What was the last country you visited?
Ghana.
Why Ghana?
We do have a business there, so I go quite often. We have meetings out there, yes.
Do you have your phone with you?
Not here.
Where's your phone?
It's in my office.
Can we have someone get his phone for me? So you have your phone right here. All right. So tell me, how much time do you spend on social media?
It depends on what you mean. If it is on WhatsApp messages, on WhatsApp, I would say cumulatively in a day, maybe, what would you say, 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours?
Really? Twitter or Instagram?
No, Twitter more like.
All right. In a tweet, tell your followers something people don't know about you.
Very difficult. I think I'm a very transparent person. I think most people know a lot about me.
I don't think so. But can you just think of one little tweet that you can have, just real quick?
That people don't know about me?
Yes.
Very emotional.
So how do you deal with negative press?
I have my own defense mechanisms. I think that it depends on what the negative press is about. If it has to do with business, we would basically set up as a team, see what the implications on our business is, and then respond. There are more pieces here that are interesting. Obviously, this is the Doba, and of course, you can see the Emir of Kano, different excerpts of the Doba. A great piece out here by Yeson. But this is particularly interesting, and I think it's interesting, and it's one of my favorites. We normally have the marathon every year, and this is actually the marathon live, captured by the drones. So these are people. Last year we had well over 200,000 people running. So these are all people, but I think this is on the 10 kilometer stretch. So it was captured by the drone, and if you don't look well, you can't tell. But this is straight from the last marathon.
All right, this is a huge space. You're definitely a successful man, Mr. Wigwe. What does success mean to you?
I don't know about being successful. Well, it's a relative thing, but I think my greatest success will be my people. You can only be as successful as your people and what you like, but I think, quite frankly, each time we have Access people doing great things, it means quite a lot to all of us. And to me personally.
What would you like to be remembered for?
What would I like to be remembered for? As one who contributed in creating one of the largest financial institutions in the continent, one that basically helped build an institution that will be remembered over time, all right, as an institution that will be able to compare favorably with all the other large and successful financial institutions of the world. That is one aspect that has to do with my career. What
is your proudest moment?
Difficult to tell. There has been several. I think one of them obviously was, on a personal basis, my first son's graduation, and for no other reason but seeing your first, that you put in a lot of effort doing well in school.
What is your biggest learning experience?
Several. How complex the human being is. while the human being is the most perfect machine, he represents a very, very complex, construct in terms of their thinking, in terms of expectations and emotions and all of that. And it's just coming through several things which we've had to do in terms of combinations and all. But it's nothing. And of course, the most important thing is that there's no favor you can do to anybody or that can be repaid, or any favor that's been done to you that you can repay.
Random question. Whose career do you admire and respect the most?
I think there are several people who've done well, and it doesn't have to be in the field of banking. I've seen people who have excelled as business people. Obviously, one of the most important institutions in this country, and one that we remain extremely proud of, is the Dangote institution. So several people who have worked there, starting from the founder, Mr. Dangote, is definitely a mentor and one we look up to. I think in the context of our institution and banking, there are other people who've done exceedingly well. Mr. Fola Adeola, Taya Deroko are real role models. My partner, OjyOkpe. So these are people who have done very well in their careers and have, apart from financial services, done other great things that are worthy of emulation.
All right, I'm going to ask you a really fun question, but I think we could do that in the gallery. So what do you consider the most overrated virtue?
I think love is, and the simple reason is that you can love several people, you can love your children, you will love your spouse, you can love your staff. They're all worthy of being loved. And so sometimes people use the word in a manner that I just think is overrated. Because you must be able to show it to several different stakeholders and people and family and staff, etc. That for me is what it is.
All right, if you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
I wouldn't be able to, so I don't have much to do. So I would like to keep myself the way I am.
What do you consider your most treasured possession?
My wife, obviously. My wife, obviously.
Fantastic, and why is that?
My strongest asset and my greatest cheerleader and my greatest strength, by far.
What song would you probably be caught dancing to?
I don't know, not in 2019, I can't remember.
No shaku shaku for us right now?
No.
Okay, no. What is a typical lazy day for you?
Very few. I'm not, I don't find myself in those circumstances, but let me tell you what I'd rather be doing if I'm not working. I would be in a spa, I would be in the gym, I could be having a massage for several hours. That would be my lazy day, obviously.
What are the 3 things you can't live without?
Very difficult question. I think my children and my wife, which is basically my family, that would be the starting point. If I can't find a sanctuary where I'll be at peace with myself to pray and things like that, it will be a very difficult thing. And obviously, I like my people around me and people that I work with. The day I can't do anything, I can't work anymore, I think my life will be in tatters.
So, your family, your sanctuary, and your work.
Yes, very important to me.
Fantastic. What's your favorite fashion trend right now?
Just simple, being simple and classic.
I think you look quite simple, but dapper as well.
That's to you?
Are those Louis Vuitton shoes?
No, I don't even know where they're from.
What's your idea of perfect happiness?
Spending time with my children. Definitely.
All right. What's your greatest fear?
Failure. A bank run, for instance.
A well-rounded, perfect gentleman. Our heart goes out to the Wigwe family and the Ogumba Job family. Tributes have continued to pour in. For Dr. Herbert Wigwe, Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of France Emmanuel Macron, Presidential candidate of the Labour Party Peter Obi, Chairman of Heirs Holding Tony Elumelu, and billionaire philanthropist Femi Otedola, among others, have paid tribute to Herbert Wigwe and Abimbola Ogunbanjo, who they describe as 2 of Africa's brightest minds. Tinubu, in his tweet, wrote, "I am shocked and deeply distressed by the news of the passing of Mr. Herbert Wigwe, a distinguished banker, humanitarian, and entrepreneur, and Mr. Abimbola Ogunbanjo, the former group chairman of the Nigerian Exchange Group PLC, along with members of the Wigwe family, Herbert's wife, Chizoba, and son, Chizi. Their passing is an overwhelming tragedy that is shocking beyond comprehension. I extend my condolences to the Wigwe and Ogunbanjo families, the business community, and all those impacted by this harrowing incident. I pray for the peaceful repose of the departed and ask God Almighty to comfort the multitude of Nigerians who are grieving and the families of the deceased at this deeply agonizing movements.